Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Well, you all have been playing Opbr from a long time, or if you're a new player, these things according to me are one of the worst things about this game, and you won't be loving these things as well. These things are not in rank. So let's begin, starting with matchmaking. We all know this game has shittiest matchmaking. Nothing based on skill, just random matchmaking. You would have worse teammates sometimes who doesn't even have an EX unit and not even maxed units, while the opponents have maxed units being all EX. This is a very big issue. Even if the matchmaking is good enough, your teammates would be worse enough to play with coordination. For example, as a defender, your motive should be capturing the first treasure and fill the treasure gauge of all the treasure. But the L teammates would use his defender to go and fight the enemy as he's an attacker, and same goes for runner. So this needs to be improved, as you alone can't be winning matches. On number 2, we have hackers or auto-clickers. They are one of the worst players, just want to play for their own sake and ruin the experience of others. Hackers one-shot enemies from their base in an instant, or I'll rather say cheaters. Bandai keeps saying they ban cheaters, but they are never ending. Coming to auto-clickers, they basically want to rank and doesn't want to do that on their own. So they keep their game on auto-clicker mode. For example, Snake auto-clicker depends on team for capturing treasure and just teleporting and getting points. Auto-clickers are very frequent rather than cheaters. Bandai can't even detect auto-clickers but would kick a genuine player from game, calling it a network issue. At number 3, we have the issue of being downed but taking damage from the enemy. You'll see when sometimes an enemy would hit you down and it appears you're down, but on the enemy screen you're standing and he will continue to hit and you receive damage even when you are down on your side. Well, how irritating is this? All such problems leads to the loss of the whole match. All of this happens due to the server issue of Bandai. I wonder when they will improve or add more server for people. If they don't do it early, people would start leaving the game as a result. At number 4, we have damage even after perfect dodge. It also happens very frequently. You'll get a shield after perfect dodge, but you would have already received partial or full damage from the attack. Sometimes, even at the perfect timing, you won't get perfect dodge shield. Rather than a fix, they give a partial invincibility when you press dodge and don't move your joystick. But they should fix that being a server issue. It's been quite a long time playing with these problems. At number 5 is dying during invincible skill. Being using an EX character, the most useful skill is the invincible skill, which makes the match competitive. But again, due to the L servers, the timing doesn't match when you use the invincible skill and then you receive damage, feeling like, where is your invincibility? It's probably the worst part of the game. How can it be a fair game if you won't register the attacks timely? This needs to be fixed as soon as possible. At number 6, we have connection issues. Well, not everyone, but most of the people face this issue. Even if your internet is more than enough for playing the game, you would still get connection issues. You might get warning screen in game of poor connection, while this issue is from server side. If you try to switch connection, your game would automatically end. Sometimes everything is going fine, but your battle would get automatically suspended. All of this is due to the server issues, and do this you will lose 100 score of your league every time. At number 7 is Kamusari. Well, apart from this, we have Kamusari and the ignore obstacle skills like Kaminari and many other skills. Well, these skills are baseless. Why you need to ignore obstacles and create a blind spot? The types of Kamusari are mostly one-shot skills. Honestly, it won't even create a balanced game. The ones who use these skills feel good, but the ones facing them face a lot issues. Honestly, Bandai shouldn't have introduced the ignore obstacle skills from the beginning, as it doesn't make any sense. It would have been a lot better without these kind of skills. At number 8, we have status effects. Well, we used to have a pretty good game when all the characters were vulnerable to status effects. But now every character has status effect nullification in some or other conditions. This destroyed the meaning of status effects. Characters like Prospero or Hybrid Yamato, who were solely based on status effects, started to suffer a lot in the meta. Status effects used to make the game a lot fun to play, but now it's just all about nullification of status effects and invincibility. That was also an L move by Bandai and destroyed the fun of the game. At number 9 is ignore defense skills. Well, it's not a totally bad thing. But in the current meta, if you need to play, you must have an ignore defense skill to be one-shotting enemies. If you're a defender, anyone can KO you easily with an ignore defense skill. You now need to buff up your HP to survive these deadly skills. Current meta relies on perfect dodges and shields. These skills made the characters strong, but overall reduced the experience of players in the meta. This can be understood by an example that old EX units are unusable in the meta until they get a buff, while the new units are pretty much usable. Number 10 is trait KO possible. Stupid trait. Made characters with this trait the strongest unit in game on Team Boost, Light Shanks one-shots everybody, and also gets the skill back instantly. Truly stupid. Not even this ignore 1 HP trait and ignore KO evasion made the game unplayable for characters relying on these traits. Anyone can KO Dark Roger easily. If we ignore this, the Shanks trait is the worst. Like 2 skills can KO you instantly if you're below 30% HP, and his skill would cool down instantly. Well, these were the most annoying things according to me in Opbr for now, and must be improved to make it a better game again for everyone to enjoy. Well, that's all for today's video, guys. See you in the next one.